Welcome to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on PCIe splitters or riser splitters, multiple PCIe adapters. There's a lot of names for these. This one is a 1 to 2 splitter, so you plug it in a one-time slot and it gives you 2 out, so you can actually run 2 graphics cards in a one-times configuration on this one. So the way that these work are they have a little PLX switching chip on them. I don't know if you can actually read this one. No, you can't. This is one of the cheaper models that only have 2 out. They do make a more common model that has 2 on the top and 2 on the back. That's what you saw in my last video where I helped my brother and Logan, my buddy, my friend Justin, put together a triple mining or triple card rig on an old Lenovo that normally would not be happy running multiple graphics cards, maybe 2, but definitely not 3, 4 plus. So these things are really good, but they're kind of a pain to get working. So I have like a common checklist that I go through whenever I'm working with PCIe adapters or splitters. The first thing you want to make sure, the 100% first thing, is that system will post and go into whatever operating system you're doing before you install this. So what I mean is, does the system actually work? Because so many people will put together an entire rig or an entire build, install this, they've never even run the system without the adapter, and then they don't know if they're running into issues on the motherboard, CPU, RAM side, or the adapter side. So if you can, the number one thing I like to do is boot it up without the riser in it or without the adapter in it. Go into BIOS and lock your video output to the motherboard only. That way you can keep your video plugged into the motherboard for your monitor, just to get everything up and running, because these are tricky. So if you can do that, that's great. Some of the cheaper motherboards, like that Lenovo ThinkStation, the BIOS did not give us any options for locking the video. It was set to PCIe auto on or PCIe off. If you turn PCIe off, it was actually turning off the PCIe slot entirely. So that was kind of like, we need the slot, but if it's on, it automatically puts the video to the PCIe card or adapter that's plugged in there. Now there's a tricky thing for those old systems, where is you want to start out, you put the adapter in, you want to start out with one graphics card plugged into that adapter, then you plug the monitor into that. Now if you have a motherboard that'll let you lock the video to your onboard video only, you don't have to go through this extra step of basically you leave that one monitor plugged into that one graphics card. If you can get display and get it to actually boot up, you're good. If you can't, you may need to try moving the adapter or the splitter to a different slot. I always start off with the main 16 times slot on any motherboard, because that one most of the time will work. So yes, this only has a ×1 physical adapter or plug-in. You plug that in to the full 16 slot. Let me show you what that actually looks like. I had a riser around here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to use a riser for reference here. See, here's a riser, and here's the front, and then here's the back of the 16 slot. So imagine this is your motherboard. Yep, you're going to plug this in just like so. So yes, it will work like this, and this is how it was working in that Lenovo that I just did for my brother and Logan. A lot of people are like, oh my god, you have nothing plugged in there. How will that ever work? It works, trust me. So start off with the first main ×16 slot. If that doesn't work, I have ran into situations where if you move it down to the second or third slot, running one graphics card, you eventually will get it to where it will give you video out. Then when you have that, then you can start adding multiple graphics cards. Step it up to 2. If you lose video, you may need to unplug video out of that graphics card, plug it into the other graphics card so you still have video. Because sometimes the way that this switching chip works, it will not give you video in the way you think it is. Now obviously you don't have to do the whole hunting for the video thing if you have it locked to onboard video. So if you're lucky enough to have that, you basically can just skip over all this. This is just kind of like maybe a tips and tricks guide on the PCIe splitters. Now they do make 8 times splitters, and I have shown them in my videos in the past. The 8 times splitters are very, very finicky when you get over 5 to 6 cards on older systems. Don't ask me why, but if you plug them into a newer system, one that has PCIe 3.0 or above, so I think what, third or fourth gen Intel, you don't have any issues. But if you have first or second gen PCIe, the times 8 adapter doesn't want to run a full 8 cards. So that's just one of the things that's happened. A lot of people ask me, can you run multiple splitters on a motherboard? Sometimes, for no apparent reason at all that I can understand. Some motherboards will let you run multiple PCIe splitters on the actual motherboard, but most won't. Most will run one, or you can put 2 in there. But if you put 2 in there and you load them up fully, one of them won't work. But now if you're running like 2 off one, 2 off the other, which makes no sense, you would just run 4 off of a 4. It would work with the not fully loaded, but then when you fully load it up, it drops one of them off. So weird situations. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of companies that are like big name brands that are manufacturing these. These are all coming out of like no name brand, shipped over from China, just kind of really cheap. So I have bought these and they have been dead out of the box before. So if you are going to buy them, it's a good rule of thumb. Pick up 2 of them. If they both work, that's great. You have a backup, or you have a start for your next motherboard rig setup. But the main use that I like to use these PCIe splitters for is taking cheap computer setups like that Lenovo, for example, on my brother's. A $20-$30 computer that you can pick up off of Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. You put that in, and then bam, you can run 4 graphics cards. You just need the external power, which you could get from like a server power supply. So now you know how to get these things up and running. Hope this helped. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Let's flip over and show you where to get these things from. All right, so on Amazon right now, they are actually Amazon Prime, so you can get them in just a couple days. It looks like about 2 days delivery for me, which is awesome. These are the 4 times splitters. These are the ones I actually recommend. $30 isn't horrible. What's cool here is you really don't need to buy 2 of them because it's Amazon Prime. If it doesn't work, you can just get it returned and get another one in a short period of time. In the past, we were buying these all from eBay. Like, here's a good example. You'd save yourself $10, but the shipping time on it is, triple the amount of time. It's 15th to 16th, so you're looking at 8-9 days bare minimum. So yeah, instead of 2 days, 9 days. Yeah. And also if it didn't work, you have to go through eBay and the return policy. So basically identical. I noticed they showed 2 different heat sinks. This is the older style, the one with the fan blades that are split out on the heatsink. The one that's the block style heatsink are the newer ones. So don't think it really matters, honestly. This one being a 2 times splitter, it doesn't even probably get hot enough for a heatsink. It doesn't even have one on it. But the PLX chip that does all the magic is the thing that's underneath. That's the switching chip that's underneath that heatsink. So yeah, I'll put a link down below for this Amazon, and then I'll also put a link down below for the eBay one. It looks like, well, there's only got 3 available, but if you search PCIe 1 to 4, a bunch of them will come up on eBay, so you can save yourself $10, but then you'll have to wait a little bit longer. So that's up to you. And then people were asking me what kind of external power do I recommend to run risers and graphics cards if you're running a splitter on like a cheap motherboard setup. And I absolutely, from the guys over at Parallel Miner, 100% love these HP Platinum server power supplies. So this is a kit. This kit right here, if you click on the link down, I'm going to put the link for this down below in the description, and then you click 8 cables and then the X6 board. It's $43, and it comes with 8 of these 6-pin on one side over here, and then 6 plus 2, so 8-pin essentially, like for plugging in graphics cards and stuff like that. and also the risers. Well, the risers are 6-pin most of the time. See, like that's a 6-pin. So you can run a riser and graphics card off of this directly. You plug power in this side, you plug the cable in this side, and then it goes straight into your graphics card and straight into your riser. And you turn it on. If you look back here on this board, see that little black button? You just press that button and then you turn on your computer. So you always give your external power on first, so that way it gives power to the GPUs. So then when you turn on your main system, it sees the GPUs when it's posting. If you turn the main system on first and then the server power supply, those cards will not have power in time for post. So when your computer does the power on self-test and sees what's connected to it, it won't see those graphics cards, and then it'll look like no graphics cards are showing up. That's also a common problem that people are running into whenever they're running external power like this. People ask me all the time, do I need to plug in the Molex? Do I need to plug in these headers right here? Absolutely not. You can turn it on and off manually, and you can just plug the 6 pins in right there. These power supplies are tanks. These are definitely meant to be run way harder than we ever run them for mining or anything like that. I'd still keep it at the 85% rule. So this is a 750 watt. You're good to pull 650 watts out of this bad boy. No problem. So, by the way, these are affiliate links. So if you use them, it helps me out. I appreciate it. If you don't want to, then you can just navigate to the website there by yourself. And I get it. Sometimes people don't want to help out people. It is what it is. You know, if they ain't a part of the old jelly club, then maybe they are jelly. Yeah. So. Hope this helped. Hope I didn't drag it out too much, because I've had a lot of people ask me questions about these risers or these adapters, the riser adapters. I have a new one of the different style coming in where it's like has a daughter board, and run one USB runs out to a daughter board that then you can run multiple cards on. I'm going to do a review on that. I don't know how it's going to work. I've never had one, but hopefully, wish me well. But other than that, I'm going to sign off. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios. Yeah.